Today I have an exciting comparison, the Toyota Raum and the Toyota Alphard. So we have this 2007 Toyota Raum, we have a 2005 Toyota Alphard. This has probably been a fast car for so many people. This too has been a fast car for another couple of people. But what makes this one special and this one special? Why should we buy this one or this one? If you're looking to compare which one should be your first car, you're in the right place. Let us dive in and see what makes them tick.
Now, this is a 2005 Alphard. Now, anybody that has driven an Alphard or anybody that intends to own one will tell you for a fact that one of the reasons why they want to buy or own this fantastic ride is the comfort that comes with driving it. Now, this is 2005, but it looks 2010. Now, I can only imagine what comes out of the 2010. Now, this particular one of the things I like is that I can actually control how I talk on phone. I can control the volume of the radio right here on the steering. Yeah. And I love the way it's finished. The dashboard looks really, the finish is not cheap. No, it's not. Okay, it kind of looks cheap, but it's not really cheap. I love what you guys, this is a wooden finish, what you guys call Famaika. And this kind of finish became popular with the Toyota Primo. Remember the Toyota Primo Super that had this kind of finish, very expensive to buy. For example, you'll find that in the Primo, just to replace that thing will take close to $1 million shillings. Yeah, but I love how it feels when you're driving, the kind of power that you feel, the comfort you feel when you're driving this car, and the amount you command the road when you're seated in an Alphard. No one will underlook you when you drive an Alphard. Now I'm driving AC like always. Now I did a review of the Toyota Nua, the 2007 model recently. It runs from 2007 up to around 2009. I did a review of that recently, and I can tell you, having sat in both cars, the Nua is, yes, basic comfortable. The Alphard is comfort on a different level. Now, the Nua is okay if you have been driving, let's say, Spacio old model, you have been driving the Chibina. If you sit in the Nua, it will be fantastic. But you see, the Alphard has something different about it. The seats hug you. Remember when I was talking about the Nua and how the seats, just you sit and you feel like you're seated? Now these ones will hug you, and of course now it has an armrest which didn't come with the Nua. So how do I take it back? I'll just stay here. The guys that drive Alphard, how do you take this back? In my normal cars it goes back on its own. This one has refused. And you know what's funny? The longer you put it up, the more you put it up, the more it refuses to go down. So we'll just stick to that. But anyway, I've already talked about the dashboard and how it looks fantastic. Well, the seats too feel fantastic. And the driving experience as well, whether you're driving on tarmac or you're driving on the Maram, still the driving experience is fantastic. I love the kind of respect I command on the road. You know how the lorry drivers, now in this one I've not been teased at all, probably because it's huge. Yeah, it's huge, it's really up there. Now if you're comparing the height, show them the elf. See, we are as high up in the air like the Isuzu Elf. So now that's tall, and of course now we are driving by in a place that has many more Alphards. And of course now the Alphard is the same height. Okay, of course the forward is a little higher. Now the Alphard is the same height as the Land Cruiser V8 that is driving past us. Here we are Mukungu. So we are tall up there. Like the Mitsubishi L200 that is driving past us, we are still up. We are actually higher than the L200. See, we are higher. So if you're looking for a car that will give you an SUV feel, yet also give you the ability to drive that huge family or do business, come on, the Alphard is the car for you. how it feels. Well, this feels normal. This feels normal. This feels normal. Compared to the Alphard, this feels normal. Now this, of course, now this particular one feels sedan normal. You're low. The seats hug you. The seats definitely hug you. But it feels kind of comfortable. If you're not the kind of person, that has sat in a Raum, in an Alphard, and all you know is the Raum, definitely this will be comfortable for you. But if you're the kind of person that likes the Alphard comfiness, then definitely this might not be the thing for you. But what are the things that I like about this car? One, it's practical. It's very easy to drive. You're driving in Kampala, you want to drive in places and park in tight spots, the Raum is the car for you. Yeah? Now, you don't have a lot of money for fuel. This one comes with a 1.5 liter engine, the one NZ engine, the popular one. Yeah? And then of course it has a four-speed gearbox, automatic. Yeah? And well, it's good for first-time car owner that is still worried about, can I manage a car, can't I manage? But it's practical. It has a lot of boot space there, like we are going to see. It has a lot of, I find that it gives you a lot of room. It doesn't have the other thing of the Alphard. The other thing, you remember the thing that refused to go down? That thing, it doesn't have it. The armrest. But still, it's a car that you can drive. I love the fact that whether you're short, small, big, tall, you can fit in this car and still feel comfortable driving it. The Alphard has a kind of intimidating look, yeah? Of course, that's the thing that we like as Ugandans. We like to intimidate other people. This one is down to earth. Mumpi. It's down to earth. It doesn't struggle to survive. The air, the oxygen is still okay. It's the one that expels the carbon dioxide to the Alphard. What don't I like about this car? I don't like the finish. 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 What do I mean? This car has a kind of dashboard that is not feminine at all. You remember how I talked about the Raum, you're not having a feminine look? This Raum is not feminine at all. It has a look that is so masculine. When you look at the dashboard, everything is rough. All the edges are rough, all the corners. There's nothing feminine about this car. And of course now we will say that we have the basic model. This place here on the steering wheel, this is supposed to have buttons in case you get the advanced stream of this car, but it doesn't have them, and that's not for me to complain. But of course now the steering can be put up to try and be a little bit more same like your. But it's a nice car. Even when I'm talking about the things I don't like about I don't like the dashboard. It's not something that you will sit there and feel good about. As a man, me, as Arthur, there are men that feel good about this. But me, I like my finishes feminine. I don't like my finishes masculine. But other than that, all these other things are quite comfortable. Well, this particular one, the one I'm seated in, I also don't like the material that the upholstery and the seats were made in. It's kind of rough. I like my seat soft. I like to sit in a car and I feel like it's not scratching me. Now there are so many cars that are made like this. I don't like this particular one. Other than that, everything on this car is quite the basic. If you're looking for a car that is not going to take a lot of your fuel, a lot of your money in fuel or maintenance, this is the car for you. Practical for university students, new families, you have 1-2 children, this is practical. Or you're a single person, you just want a car to move you around, you don't care what people say. This is the car for you.
Oina family abana munana kumi. Let's see. Let's dive in and see which one you should be buying. Akati no chino cha Alphard. This, the Alphard. This is a preferred vehicle for most people that are looking to buy a big van that gives you good space, that gives you a lot of interior space. Come, let me show you. If for example, you normally travel with your madam alone, your madam will sit here very comfortably. You will sit there comfortably. Now, on the other hand, if You travel with your family. We have a lot of space here in the back. These guys still have a lot of legroom. See? Of course, I'm considered tall by Ugandan standards. But if you have kids that are taller than me, no, they still have plenty of space. And this row here sits 3 people. And the seats are pretty comfortable. They almost hug you when you sit in here. And I think that's one of the things that people like about the Alphard. This is something I haven't really tried. But yes. Now, this comes all the way to the front. If you want to go to the rear seats. See? And this also seats 3 people, and they all have seat belts. 3 people can sit here. See? And still the suspension is really comfortable, and the seats also hug you. Yeah? And the other thing, they have AC behind here. Of course, they cannot control it from behind here, but every seat has a vent to give them ventilation. And it has control. Let me show you. So the people that sit behind come out like this, and you take it all the way to the back. Now, you sit here, you have to balance this in order for you to sit 3 people. This is person number 2. 1, 2, and 3. They all have seats. Now, let me show you. This is their climate control. You can control your AC, the behind one, from here. And every passenger, like I said, has an AC vent. This car will give you 7 passengers, 3 behind, 3 here, and 1 passenger in the front seat. And then, of course, you, the driver. So this is in actual sense, an 8-seater. Having driven the new and the Alphard, this is the one thing I love about the Alphard. This is not cheap finish. This is not the cheap plastic. This is so feminine. I love the curves. Which man doesn't love curves? Curves, not in obuto. Curves as in shape. So I love the way it's finished. And also I love how it kind of has an airplane feel. Like you have a lot of control in the cabin. The gear lever is right here, down, not like this. And then you have a lot of you have the steering controls here to control the volume of the radio and all. And you have a lot of storage space. Wow, this is huge. This is huge. And then, of course, you have storage space even here. See, look here. It has some very fantastic lighting up here. See. And this is just the 2007 model. Imagine what they have in the 2010, 2012, and whatever goes after. This is the boot of the Toyota Alphard. Now, gives you plenty of space. And of course, you can push these seats in front to give you more space. I love how it feels, how executive it feels when you open it. And I'm sure majority of you guys that buy the Alphard want this, the executive feel. I'm tired, but would it be a good review if I did show you the boot of the Raum? You'd also go saying, Aturaze ya Alphard, Aturaze ya Raum. So anyway, the Raum, most people like it because of the boot, the guys that have their farms, the guys that pretend they have farms, and the guys that want to have farms. This, you have plenty of space. You can also extend it by taking those seats behind. Let me show you. You can take those seats behind. And just like that, you have more space to store stuff in here, airport pickup, because majority of the time when you're picking up someone is alone. So it can do this special hire, Uber, because a bit here. One thing that I like that people don't like about this car is this. Open, and it doesn't have a badge. It doesn't have the stem here to hold the chassis together. But what do I like about this car that most people like about it? It's practical. Without the stem here, it's very easy for you to get into this car and, well, sit there and enjoy yourself. The other thing that is with this Raum is that, well, it's basic comfort. It's very easy for you to maneuver. You can cross over to the driver's seat without struggling, you see. And of course, like I said, basic Toyota comfort. This is a Corolla, like all the other Corollas. The ground clearance is small, but this, one thing I want to tell you, don't tell anyone else. Raum means space in German. It means vacuum, space. So this car was actually created to give people space, a lot of space as they moved. Now, let me show you. You see how I struggled to get out of the Raum? I didn't struggle to get out of the Alphard. Very practical, very easy for you to get into this car. And in the rear, you get 3 very good seats. 3 passengers can sit here, 1 passenger can sit here in the front. And that's just about it. Now, I love that it's drivable. I love that it's for a beginner. It's a very good car that you can buy and move around. Let's say campus. You have just gotten your first job. You can drive it around. It doesn't give you a lot of pressure of a motoka nene, a motoka angazi. Let's just look at it from outside, and then we compare. That's automatic, guys. Did you see that? Let me show you. That's automatic. That's automatic. And then we close. Who doesn't like that, right? But let's compare with the Alphard. Here, no. So we actually have to do that to close it. The Raum is small, gives you plenty of space, especially if you're not so big. The Alphard is big, still gives you plenty of space, even when you're big. I know now there are things we cannot be talking about all the time, but the comparison is clear. You want huge, you buy the Alphard. You want small, you buy the Raum. The Raum is too easy to maintain. The suspension system of the Raum can be easily repaired. The bushes, let's just talk about the suspension plates. You can put bushes in those things. You can. It's very easy to keep on. Absorbers of this car are very, very cheap. You can buy a pair of those, and let's say 130, which you can't do with the Alphard. And it doesn't die as often. So this is very easy to maintain. An engine of the Raum will cost you about 2 point something if it's the 1NZ. Yeah? Fuel consumption to a liter will probably take you about 5 kilometers. A liter of fuel in the Raum will take you about 15 if you drive properly without AC. 15, 16, depending on where you're driving, how you're driving, and the condition of your engine. But the comfort, imagine the comfort of this car. Anyway, maintaining this car, keeping it on the road is something that is another pain. The engine of the Toyota Alphard, if it's a 3 liter, which is much more recommended, this 2SZ engine is kind of weak, the 2.4 liter. This car, I recommend you buy it with a 3 liter engine. But that 3 liter engine, if it ever dies, which it rarely does, will cost you around 5, probably 6 million. This particular one, the 2SZ, which dies a lot, this one dies. This 2SZ engine dies like nothing. Probably costs you around 3 to 4 million shillings. Compare it with the Raum. Now, because if majority of the time, if you want to buy the Alphard, you may end up buying the 2.4 liter. It dies. Have you heard the cost? The 1NZ engine there rarely dies. And if it dies, 2 million. The gearbox of the Alphard will cost you around 2 million shillings as I speak now. For the Raum, it will cost you around 1 million shillings. Wow. Alphard we yagale. Ofaya abantu kyebogera ku kyalo. Nti omwana wa gundi mwavu avuga Raum oba weyiwa mu ki Alphard. And then you eat swag. Or you be baby. What are the advantages of the Toyota Alphard? 1, it has plenty of space. It's very luxurious. You drive it, you feel like you're driving a car. People move out of the way for you. And I find that it gives you power. It gives you a lot of power when you're driving because it's a 2.4 or 3 liter. And of course, people teba kunyoma. You can have a lot of speed, you can still feel safe on the road. Because it's heavy on the road. Of course, now this is also a security feature, the car itself. They steal this car, they'll try to find a place to hide it, and they made most of the garages in Kampala are small. Now, where is he going to hide the car? That's another advantage. Now, what could be some of the discouraging factors are it's very expensive to maintain. Spares are expensive. The fuel consumption is on the high end. I find that, of course, now they could not have made an Alphard with a smaller engine. We have to admit, we have to accept that the Toyota Raum is a well-made car. The lights, of course, look nice. That's the first thing that normally people like with this car. Of course, the boot that opens like that rarely makes noise. Yeah, and these door handles never break, not like the ones for Chibina. But these ones, that's why you find that the modern Toyotas actually most of them have these handles. Now, if you came, you realize that everything about this car is simple and easy to repair. Come close, let me show you. This owner of this car actually repaired the side mirror with fiber. Why would you not buy a Raum? Very easy to repair. And of course, now this car also has something of very good looking lights. They are not separate. They are huge. This gives you a high beam, a very big beam when you're lighting. Of course, the chrome, the chrome grille also makes it look lovely. And of course, when you close the bonnet, it gives us a complete look that is a little bit aerodynamic, but also very simple to wash for us who wash our own cars. I can wash it. And of course, if you want to reach far, you even open like this. Very easy to wash. You actually don't have to take this car to the washing bay every day. We are going to compare with the Toyota Alphard. Compared to this particular one, this one doesn't have a bonnet handle, so I had to use a steel. Now, when we close it, still, even without a bonnet handle, it gives it a complete look. Very huge lights as well, and of course the chrome. Yeah, the chrome and the Alphard badge. We don't have a Toyota badge, so we want to have a Toyota. And this huge thing makes it look intimidating. And of course, I'm thinking the one thing that we all love about these cars is the vanny look. When you come driving in an Alphard, if you're going to buy your mother or father a car, you better buy them the Alphard. Of course, this car is not very easy to wash. You can't wash it on your own. You have to take it to a washing bay, because the washing bay, guys, and then you take it to a washing bay, if you take to this normal washing bay, it's, of course, this is not automatic, but it has very good, comfy, good looking side steps. Yeah, and of course, if you decide to wash the car yourself, this is how you're going to be washing the car yourself. But of course, now there is a struggle here. If you want to wash here, then you open the front door. Then you also go to the boot to get to a certain. The boot can't. So you see the trouble with the Alphard. Now, if you are considering buying the Raum instead of the Alphard, this could be something for you to consider. This car is very practical, very easy to maneuver in jam, unlike the Alphard. If you're a learner, you're going to knock people's things and people's cars and finish there. This, on the other hand, is very easy to manage. Fuel is very, very good. It will take you 15. The Alphard again are like 6 to 5 kilometers per liter. Very easy to maneuver in the jam, very easy to park in tight parking spaces. And I find that it gives us the space that we require. Yeah, very easy to maintain as well. Special suspension system, nebo fuel tanker. Most of these things are very easy to. This will take you about 700,000. The Alphard will definitely take a 1.5. So, but overall, I can't decide for you which car to drive or which car to buy. And Akamotoka, compared to the Alphard, it has very limited power, 1.5 liter, 109 horsepower. Compared to the Alphard, then of course, this car is very easy to steal. Also, remember I said the Alphard is a security feature in itself. And of course, the interior. I don't like the finish of the interior. It's very basic. Why am I comparing the Raum to the Alphard? These cars are similar. Okay, they have differences that I've showed you. And probably the person that buys the other car might not be buying this car. And the person that buys this car might not want to buy the other car. Okay, they may want, but let me show you the one similarity. One reason why I made sure I compare these cars. I get into this car from this end. Hello. And then I go into this car and I even come sliding like this. They both have two sliding doors. This makes the car very easy to access. Never parking. You want to go what? Those people that side go that side. These people this side go this side. I bet the question now should not linger on your mind. I've given you the comparisons and the reasons. Thank you for watching, and I hope it has been worth your time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Tell your brother, cousin, brother, uncle, sister, and everyone about For the Love of Cars.